Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a beautiful, relaxing Sunday, because it's Sunday here when I'm recording this. I actually recorded this previously, but I didn't check the crop and I didn't have chin, so I only recorded up to my mouth. So hopefully this time we'll have a better luck. But what I thought I'd do is I'm going to put some makeup on. I haven't been putting makeup on lately that much at all. Today we're doing our wedding cake tasting and I just wanted to make some effort and put makeup on because we're doing it over Zoom. We can't obviously go and meet Becca and try our cakes. So she sent us samples through the post, which is super exciting, and we're gonna do it today. So yeah, I'm just gonna re-record what I failed to record properly last time, and I'm just gonna do my everyday super simple makeup routine because obviously I'm not going anywhere, so there's no point doing anything fancy. Let's get into it. So first of all, because I showered a little while ago and put my skincare a while back, I'm actually going to put some primer on. If I shower and do my makeup straight away, I wouldn't probably put it on because I don't feel like it, because my skin is oily anyway, so I don't need to put anything on top. But just to make sure my makeup applies nicely, I'm actually going to put the MAC Prep and Prime primer. Anyway, I'm going to put a little bit of that. You can put just your own moisturizer. So I'm just going to put that on just to prepare my skin a little bit so it's nice and smooth. For my foundation, I'll be using actually Double Wear by Estee Lauder. I know it might be scary and people will think, oh, double wear for every day, like what the hell are you doing? If you apply it correctly, you can actually sheer it out and it's actually not that thick and not that full coverage. You just need to apply it correctly. Because I'm pale as ghost, I'm using 1W1 Bone. So to sheer it out and make it look more everyday, obviously you need the tiniest amount. Got my dampened sponge. What I do is just start from my jawline, and what you want to do is put very small amount but blend it for as long as you don't see a line anymore, so it completely disappears, and then take another bit and just put above it. That way you make sure you don't over apply the foundation, so that's why it's going to stay a little bit more sheer and more wearable on a daily basis. I'll do one layer, and then wherever I need a little bit more I'll add, because I tend to have a bit more redness around on my cheeks, around my nose here and my chin. In the past I always struggled with my nose. It seems like I've got the folds around my nose quite deeper, and also I've got quite big pores around here. So what I tend to do and what I need to do is actually move my nose to the side and stretch it downwards like this, to make sure I blend it well around my nose, and actually spend time blending around your nose as well. Then same on the other side. Another thing, if you're starting doing makeup, or if you're not always very happy with how your foundation looks, and what is quite deceiving when you watch any YouTube videos, is that it seems when you watch beauty influencer videos, they do their foundation like super quick, but it actually does take time. So do spend time blending, otherwise you will look uneven and patchy or cakey. So just spend time doing this if you have time, and then you will always have a brilliant result. I'm not going to worry too much about going around my eye because I'm going to put some concealer on. Remember to blend well around your hairline as well. Another thing, make sure I blend well between my eyebrows here. And you see later you've got foundation stuck in your hairs here, which doesn't look cute. Make sure you blend down your neck, over your ears. Yeah, I'm gonna take a tiny bit more and just add a little bit over my cheeks here, because I did some quite harsh chemical exfoliating today, and it seems I've got a little bit of redness going on here. So I'm just gonna tiny bit here, a little bit here, and a little bit on my chin. Don't forget to blend under your nose as well. I'm quite happy with this. Another foundation that is also amazing, and not only for oily skin, it's fantastic for oily skin, but apparently is really good for all skin types, and I don't think I've heard a person who said a bad word about that foundation, is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. It's absolutely fantastic. It's, I'd say, as good as this. and it's obviously a lot cheaper. I currently don't have my shade, so I'm using double wear, but yeah, if you don't want to spend money, this is absolutely fantastic. Now my foundation is done. I'm going to put a tiny bit of concealer on my forehead here to brighten up a tiny bit, and then I'm going to move on to my eyebrows and then finish my concealer. I am using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Again, NARS can be costly for some people. The e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. This is also beautiful high coverage concealer, but I'm using the NARS one today. Just put a tiny bit in the middle of my forehead. Be gentle, don't go hard with your sponge, because if you do, you're risking lifting the foundation that you've got underneath. So now moving on to my eyebrows. If I put foundation on, I really like big thick eyebrows on me. What I'm going to be using is the ABH Dip Brow in colour medium brown. I still quite like dark eyebrows. So what I'm going to do is start kind of middle of the brow and then move backwards to the tail of the eyebrow. Once there is very little product left on the brush, I'm gonna very gently move to the front. With this product, you want to make sure you are super gentle because it is very intense product. But how I like my eyebrows is a lot darker at the tail and then going a little bit lighter up front. And that's one brow done. So let's see if we can match the other one, which is not always the easiest. It's not always easiest task. Normally I've got a mirror that close to my face, so it's a bit strange doing it from a distance. So I'm being extra careful. Also, I'm using like little angled brush for this. I'm just touching the other one up just to make sure they roughly match. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave them here. They're not perfect, but will they ever be? Like I mentioned, now I'm going to finish my concealer. I'm gonna put concealer under my eyes, tiny bit on my chin, tiny bit on my nose, and around here. Tiny bit here, tiny bit here, here, and here. And also, as you probably have noticed, let's address the elephant in the room, this massive spot. Although it's already going down, but still very red. So let's blend this out first. Again, be very gentle with your sponge. You don't want to lift your foundation from underneath. That's it. That's all. I'm gonna put a tiny bit on my lids just to make sure they're not different color than the rest of my face. Blend it in. Tiny bit on my chin. As you can see, I'm literally putting tiniest bit. A little bit around my nose here. And then the tip of my nose, because for some reason I haven't come across foundation yet that will just stick to my nose. And that's that. So now I've got my concealer on, I'm going to put some powder on. And again, my face, oil. I always have to set my face. To start with, I'm going to take a small brush and blend out the creases on my eyes first. Take a tiny bit of powder, tap off the excess, and pat it on. To start with, I'd suggest to pattern instead of rubbing straight away or circular motions, because you don't want to remove the foundation once you've got your powder on, and then you just want to add a little bit more, then you can do circle motions. But be careful when you put powder on wet foundation. I'm gonna blend out creases under my eyes and do the same. Tap off any excess and pat it in. I'm using the Mercier translucent powder in translucent. For oily skin, this is beautiful. However, if you don't want to spend money on Mercier because it's not cheap, I highly recommend the RMCA no color powder. You can get that on Beauty Bay in the UK. Super good. I believe quite a lot of professional makeup artists use it in their kits as well. It's absolutely beautiful as well. If you don't want to spend money on Mercier, I recommend this. I still got my small brush, and what I'm gonna do is just pat it around my nose. So anywhere when I've got like little folds, etc. I'm just going to use a small brush, and now I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, always tap off the excess, and just tap it all over my face. Another tip, make sure that you put powder evenly around your cheeks and around your face, because when we put our bronzer on, we want to make sure it doesn't go patchy, because if part of your skin is drier, part of your skin is a little bit still wet from the foundation, you know, your brush will skip and your bronzer will be patchy. So make sure it's even. Powder done. Next I'm going to do my contour before I go with my bronzer, and this is a step that is totally optional. I just like it. As you can see, I've got quite a round face, and you can't really tell I've got cheekbones. I'm sure there are some underneath there, I'm sure there are somewhere there, but they're not prominent, so I like to do some contouring to give myself a little of a cheekbone. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty matchstick in colour Amber. As you can see, it's very cool tone brown, and it's perfect for contouring. I wouldn't use it for bronzer, but perfect for contouring. So what I'm going to do is, you should be able to see a little dip. Even if you've got a round face like me, you should be able to see a bit of shadow going. So make sure you don't go below that shadow, you go in the shadow or tiny bit above. Never go below, because then you make your face drop. So from your ear, it usually starts from about here, you go and follow the shadow towards your face. I put it pretty much in, maybe tiny bit above it, very gently. Start with a line like this, start with a line and then blend it upwards. Right, on the other side, again starting with a line and blend it up. Trying to match the other side of the face. Great. Contouring done. And if I do makeup for actually going somewhere, I do a little bit more. I do my chin probably, or my jawline, because as you can see, my cheeks here are voluminous and go down a bit. So just to give myself more of a chin, I'll just do some contouring around my jaw as well. So that's it for contouring. And then what I'm gonna do is take my bronzer brush and just put some bronzer on. So I'm using Fenty Beauty Sun Stalk'r bronzer in color Inda Sun. This is the lightest shade. And I am pale as around your temple, back of your cheek. Go slightly above your contour. Again, don't go below. You don't want to drop your face. So start from there and drag it towards the front of your face. Then go on the other side. Then go on the other side. Then go on the other side and try to just match it. Then do forehead, starting at the corners and dragging it to middle and a little bit down as well. Focusing mostly on the corners. Tip, if you got big forehead as I do, I also go in the middle as well. If you have small forehead, I wouldn't suggest going in here in the middle. Just focus on the corners here, because otherwise you'll make your forehead even smaller. Starting from my ears, under my chin, and a little bit down my neck. And then this way you basically make your face and neck same. Now my bronzer is done on my face. What I'm actually going to do is I actually take a little blending brush, take some of the bronzer and put it in my crease, or if you have hooded eyes like me, above your crease. So look straight into the mirror and just put it here, and this way you will do a nice little contour around your eyes as well, give some definition and some depth to your eyes too. And that's it. After my bronzer, I actually go into the highlight. Recently, I've been using the Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. It's beautiful, beautiful highlight. Absolutely stunning. However, today Becca's gonna be no more. So I went and bought 2 highlighters from Becca because they are the most beautiful highlighters for me. Cult Classic Opal, but that probably is a little bit too dark for me at the moment. And I also bought another shade which I haven't tried before, Moonstone, which is kind of peachy gold champagne color, absolutely beautiful. And this one is a lot lighter, should be perfect for my skin tone at the moment. So I'm going to take this on little brush and put it on the high point of my face. Oh my god, stunning. I haven't used that shade before, but it's absolutely beautiful. Obviously I should be putting on my massive friend here, not to emphasize it, but I mean, it is what it is. I've got a spot, it's not gonna go away. Put it a little bit on my nose, my cupid's bow, a little bit of my brow bone. Take a little bit of my finger and put it in the corner of my eyes. That's highlight. I'm actually gobsmacked how beautiful this Becca highlighter is. I'm actually going to replace my Revlon one with this one in my daily makeup pot. Yeah, so that's the highlighter. For blush, it's the MAC Warm Soul blush. Start at the apples of my cheeks and then walk backwards quite high. Just add as much as you want. I think I'm going to leave the blush where it is now. And the last thing I need to do to put mascara on, I'm using the Lancome Mercier Big. If you don't want to spend that much money on the mascara, very similar effect you're going to get with, I haven't got one, but with L'Oreal something Paradise, Lash Paradise, or something to do with Paradise mascara, but that one is really, really good as well. Mascara on, both top and bottom lashes. Take your time when doing mascara. Don't go ham with it. Just build it up slowly and slowly. You'll get a really nice result. Right, mascara is done. What I am just going to do is put a little bit of lipstick on, and I'm not sure what I want to put on. I'm going to use this No Cliche shade from L'Oreal as well. Right, so I just put some earrings on, and this is the final look. What do you guys think? Thank you for watching. I will try to link the products I've used in the description below if I can. If you have any questions, just drop me a comment or follow me on my other social media. Drop me a DM. I'll be very happy to have a chat. And yeah, have a great rest of your day.